Vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance claimed that tariffs do not raise prices on consumers. However, economists say they do. So this morning we're bringing in David Williams with the Taxpayers Protection Alliance. He is joining us live to break down the truth of all of this, the local effect on tariffs. David, you know a thing or two about taxes here, so let's start at square one here. Do tariffs raise prices for consumers?
Good morning, Megan. They absolutely do. And listen, both parties are in denial, okay? Because Republicans like tariffs, Democrats like tariffs, but at the end of the day, they do raise prices. And it's really simple. It's a really simple concept, is that a tariff is something that we put on other countries so they can import their stuff, whether it's aluminum, steel, clothes. And when a company has higher prices, they pass that along to you, to me, to all consumers. And we've seen this. So right now, if we're buying clothes from China, it's about 15% more expensive because of these tariffs. So clothes could be cheaper, cars could be cheaper, because I mentioned steel and aluminum. Boy, there's a lot of steel and aluminum in cars and other products. Yeah.
Does this protect American manufacturing, American products and goods?
So that's the intent of this, is to protect U.S. manufacturing. It doesn't work that way because other countries impose tariffs on us, so we're not exporting as much as we should be. So yes, and that's what J.D. Vance said, is that it protects manufacturing, but it really doesn't. And we've seen that with the steel industry. A lot of steel tariffs, but the steel industry in this country has been just absolutely gutted because people aren't buying our steel.
Obviously, consumers are going to feel that. What about cities, states, Maryland, Baltimore? What are we going to feel in terms of this?
Well, Baltimore is really affected by this because the port of Baltimore, when you talk about importing and exporting, 850,000 cars a year come through the port of Baltimore that are imported. So if you reduce that number, fewer jobs, less money coming into the port. And that's my concern, is that they don't look at the big economic effect of this. And again, Baltimore is very sensitive to importing and exporting, and that's why get rid of all tariffs. Republicans and Democrats need to do this for consumers, for taxpayers, for Maryland, for Baltimore, for everybody.
Interesting. So is there a better way to get your point across than raising tariffs or imposing tariffs?
Yeah, it's really just not have these tariffs so we can just trade freely with our friends and really make things a lot cheaper. And listen, inflation has been going down a bit, right? Yeah. But if Donald Trump has his way, he's going to raise tariffs on electric vehicles, on everything, a 10% increase. Well, guess what? Inflation is going to go up. And Joe Biden, just a few months ago, he's doubling down on these tariffs also. So really, this is something that both parties really need to get a new religion and say, okay, enough is enough.
All right, David, thanks for weighing in on it.
Thank you.